more for killing. Imagine if you come from the south out my city, you probably wouldn't make it. Oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam. I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day. I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Ain't no mileage of $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel, that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos. Knocking doors down, no bangles. Without a Kango, tailor-made. Walk with a limp, them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a coca key. I'm the extra lighter on the dresser. I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated. What you heard, let's you heard, we eatin', talking about extra with a splash, extra acting bad, pull it like parades on parades, extra with the slab, pay what it cost for the tab, extra with the band, young Chris a king, better add extra on the. I go extra to be great, I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake, I got extras on the plate, I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra.
From the home of the 2021 AFC Champs, there's a look inside newly named Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the... for a touchback.
Set, ready. Strike, check, strike.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. So this defense for the Bengals, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he... He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
11, 11, 11. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Burrow on play action. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable?
Here we go.
Challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Burrow looking to pass. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And now Now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Here's Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
On 2nd and 12, Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Tua going to throw. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
A legacy player in the NFL, Cedric Wilson, 602 yards last season, nearly beat his father's best season when he played in the league. The Miami Dolphins, they're betting that Wilson could surpass not only his dad, but become a big-time player in their revamped passing game. Nice catch there for a first down.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
The first carry for the North Texas man, it's Jeff Wilson. These two teams all tied after one. Now on 2nd and 13. Tua to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Ready. Number 6.
Now Tua. He's going to air one out. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here we go, here we go.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. Finding space at the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal.
Here we go.
And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And they go play action now. Burrow. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. The Bengals hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited. Not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
And Burrow going to throw again. He will find his man Chase complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Here we go, here we go.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Burrow giving it to Mixon on the option. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes in the run game you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
Here we go.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
11, Thomas.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bradley Chubb, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one. But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here we go.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And Wilson with it, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa eluding the pressure right, and this is going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Second down and goal. Tua. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Durham Smythe, his first touchdown on the year as they have taken the lead. Sanders on for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
On 1, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Here we go.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
11, 11, 11, 11.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Here we go, here we go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. So that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Come on, set.
tap this forward on the jet sweep. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Looking to pass. Tua.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And that's on Austin Jackson, first-round pick in 2020. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long? Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on fourth down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from third and long to now it's a go situation here on fourth and inches.
Ready.
I think probably just trying to draw him off there, it didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
Sanders' kick is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This one hauled in by Sample. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it second down.
11, Thomas.
Now it's Burrow. Looking sideline, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. He seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
11 MT, hey! 11 MT.
On third down, Burrow. Buying time to his left. He gets this one to Boyd. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
11.
Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Here we go.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got a pick before? It's my turn now to make the big play, and that's exactly what he did.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a first down.
The question for Mixon was after an injury-riddled 2020. Would he be back to his old self in 2021? And not only was he back, he was even better. He set career highs across the board, finished top 4 league-wide in yardage and touchdowns.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also have those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
43 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I'm 2. 11.
Burrow on play action. Forced out to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Here's Burrow. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. McPherson's kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua on the right side, open is Gesicki. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Here we go.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Now Tua. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 37. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Tua going to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From midfield, here's Tua. It's brought in by Wilson. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Cedric Wilson, 50 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown. And a loose football. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. A draw play for Mixon. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
11 MT, take. 11.
Burrow looking to pass. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance of victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 65 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night we just saw.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So a big play coming up for the Bengals as they'll indeed go for two. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for two, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Wilson going to try the right side. Room here to run. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 31 yards there and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
He lost 6 there on the first down play.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and goal, Tua toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Tua sets up to pass it, and he's got his tight end Gesicki in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Dolphins are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Now it's Burrow. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Hayden Hurst, 56 yards. And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
On 2nd and 7, Tua. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Finds Hill on the crossing route, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you can see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. And some space here. There he goes, left side. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe...
And oh, that is going to be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations? In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
This is brought in at the 21. The Bengals drive about to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's Burrow. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. He got 29 yards that time. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Now Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here we go. 11.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On 2, ready?
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
11.
Throwing, Burrow. Got a man open, it's Chase. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19. A gain there of 21 yards.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
At the Dolphins' 19-yard line.
On one, right?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Burrow. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins have just about sewn up this football game. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. 2nd down. Here's Mostert again. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32, a play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Miami, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.
Petty don't matter. Far as that teller, I pray to God they rattle tattle. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now I'm better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should have been to prison. No boy remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded, soaking wet, but ain't when swimming. I'm the man now, ain't I work a plan now. Can't I? I remember.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off.